imagined. When we received a note from Aunt V asking if she could visit because she had something important to tell us, we had no idea how our lives would change. Within a week, we had packed up what little we had and moved to the Enchanted Village. "We're glad to be here." Well, I was. Harper was still adjusting. Putting my disastrous divorce and my inability to find a decent job behind me and getting Harper out of Ohio before she caused any more trouble may have been the perfect incentive to move. But learning about our heritage of the craft, or in my family's case, wishcraft, was now a priority. I was still learning the wishcraft laws and all the ins and outs that came along with the revelation that I was a witch. Thankfully, some of the laws were easy to remember, like the fact that I can't wish death on anyone, or prevent death, or interfere with true love, or that no wishcrafter can grant her own wishes or other wishcrafters' wishes. I also can't solicit or refuse to grant a wish without severe consequence. However, the biggest rule of all was that I, or any crafter for that matter, couldn't reveal to any mortal the truth about my powers, or I risked losing my wish-granting abilities forever. Unfortunately, some of the laws were a little fuzzy, like the law about wishing for money. Granting that wish meant the money would have to be taken from someone else. To follow the crafter's basic principle of do no harm, the wishcrafter laws also required that only wishes made with motives pure of heart would be granted. How that was actually determined was still a mystery to me. Charisse pressed, "How do you enjoy working for As You Wish?" The Goodwins were cure crafters, healing witches, and were apparently quite nosy to boot. "It's going well," I said. "So far this week I've tracked down sold-out tickets to tonight's Boston Pops performance, created a gift basket for a basset hound recovering from surgery, searched online for an out-of-print romance novel, and now this." I gestured to my costume. I didn't mention anything about the wishcrafting and how I'd been able to use a spell to help a client get last-minute tickets on a sold-out flight to Paris so he could surprise his girlfriend with a weekend getaway. As You Wish was both popular and highly successful. Most of the requests received were accomplished through hard work and sheer determination. However, sometimes magic was needed to get the job done right. Often, because of the name of the shop, people simply made wishes, which made our job a whole lot easier. Other times, seeking the help of other crafters and their unique abilities gave us an edge. But mortals, who were the majority of our clients, didn't know about the magic. And though the average customer wouldn't be surprised about something mystical happening in a place called the Enchanted Village, disclosing our family powers wasn't a risk Aunt V was willing to take, especially after having an ancestor nearly burned at the stake. "Well, you make a lovely tooth fairy," Amanda said, as the grandfather clock donged at the far end of the hallway. It was 9. I had to hurry this along, or I'd be late for the emergency village meeting that was due to start at 9:30. V had insisted Harper and I attend. Our aunt was still introducing us around the village, and was eager for us to get acclimated. She wanted nothing more than for us to put down solid roots among the other crafters. Well, that'd take over As You Wish when she retired. "Do you mind if I tape this?" Charisse asked, holding up a small video camera. "For my son, he couldn't be here tonight." "I'm sorry," I said. "We don't allow videotaping of our services." For good reason. Wishcrafters emitted a blinding glow, a white aura on camera, which explained, after all these years, why there weren't any baby pictures of Harper and me, and why every picture we were in was always overexposed. I was surprised Charisse had asked. Didn't she know about the auras? I made a mental note to ask V how much crafters knew about one another and their limitations. How secretive were crafters with one another? Cameras were definitely out. Not that I would even recognize myself right now, with all the costume makeup and glitter I was wearing. It took a lot of effort and some amazing false eyelashes to look fairy-like. "Dennis was welcome to be here tonight, Charisse." Amanda's cheeks flushed. "He declined. It's his loss." "He's stubborn," Charisse said. "You know this." I tried to blend into the woodwork, rather hard to do when one looked a lot like a giant glittery stick of pink cotton candy. The last thing I wanted was to get involved in the middle of a family dispute. Been there, done that. Amanda must have sensed my unease. She said, "I'm sorry. My husband and I recently separated. I'm sure you don't need all the gory details."